What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we are checking out the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus. So this one is the black label finished off in Silver Radiance with an MSRP at $78,600. Now, is this the way to go? Is this better than the European crossovers at the same price point? There's a lot of fantastic competition from the Europeans, but is Lincoln coming back? Let's go ahead and take a look at what this new Nautilus is going to have to offer. Obviously, as you can tell, this thing is super stylish, and I love how you don't have to deal with a hood latch and you have the nice hood struts. So this particular spec is going to have the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. There is also a hybrid available. So this one, being the non-hybrid, is going to give you an 8-speed automatic transmission. We have 250 horsepower, 275 pound-feet of torque. Curb weight's around 4,300 pounds. We have a 20-gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 21 miles per gallon in the city with 29 on the highway, and towing is going to be around 1,700 pounds. Moving to the styling, this is a really cool car, and I love these headlights. You can see the nice LED design to it, really cool looking here, and this trim piece goes all the way into the grille, as you can see, and it all lights up. That is really cool. You get the illuminated Lincoln logo. I mean, honestly, that alone is a really nice party trick, just how sweet that looks. Got a nice gloss black upper grille, really large. Safety sensor down below, more of the gloss black trim. Parking sensors, nice trim piece with a cutout. And overall, I don't think you can complain. This is one cool looking vehicle. You have some sleek lines throughout the hood just to give it that nice premium feeling look. And then at the side profile, we have body color on these fender flares and a cool set of 22-inch wheels. Got kind of a blade design with the two-tone color, some nice trim throughout this front. Nautilus is written out on the side fender trim piece, and then down below we get some body color along with some gloss black with this nice trim design. You're going to get gloss black mirror caps with the turn signal as well as camera, and the door handles are integrated into this trim piece. And then we have some silver trim throughout the whole upper portion with all black for the roof and the pillars. We have your panoramic sunroof up on top, and then the side profile is really nice. I think it's very proportional, really good shapes to it, clean lines cutting through the whole side profile, and I like how laid back the rear end looks. It just kind of slopes backwards. Get the integrated spoiler up on top, this cool design throughout the glass itself, and then a nice set of LED taillights that are all integrated. They connect one big bar, which looks really cool, and I love this little dance that LEDs are playing. Got the Lincoln name written out as well. Some more body color trim all down below, just a little bit of plastic in the bottom. We do have your parking sensors back here, rear view backup camera. I'm impressed with the styling. I think it really does stand out. I saw a couple of these the other day grocery shopping. My wife and I were both really impressed, and we just had to take a look. So here we are. So we have the power liftgate, opening this up, and of course with the seats folded down, we have a lot of space in here. Super roomy vehicle, and I like how these buttons will actually operate these seats to fold them down. So when you're standing back here, you can easily fold everything. So lots of space overall. And then pressing that button, we can go ahead and close the liftgate, and then entering through the back, you can just get a good idea of how much space you're going to get. It's a pretty practical car for not being a 3-row. Honestly, you get a lot of space. And then lifting these seats up very easily, you have a gorgeous chateau leather interior. This is beautiful looking, and it feels really nice and subtle. You can see we have the armrests along with your cup holders. There are going to be heated seats and air vents. We have storage cubbies, USB ports as well. I love the contrast stitching, the perforations, and just the material fit and finish looks really good back here. We have some brown color along with more of the lighter color. Then you can see the nice speakers, and then cool release handle, window control, nice mesh as well, and there's some ambient lighting trim throughout that. Hopping inside now, at 5'11", I sit here really well. Tons of legroom, great amount of headroom. I love the panoramic roof, and these seats do recline, so you have the lever right here, and I can pull these down a couple inches, but honestly this is really comfortable. I fit great, lots of light LED in here, not a bad family vehicle at all. So then moving on to the front seat space, I like how they did not skimp out. The rear end is just as nice as what you get up front. So we have our button once again here. There is the keypad that a lot of Lincolns and Fords are going to have, which is really cool. And then we have that same color combination, the lighter color, memory seating, all of your basic controls, speakers and everything. Got Lincoln in a nice door sill. all of your different controls down here in the aluminum colors, and these buttons are for your 2 different leg rests. This is really cool how you can mix and match depending on how you want to be. So these are ultra configurable, really comfortable seats. Once again, all the nice, super cool materials. I love just the style is really unique. So for the steering wheel, it's kind of an oval shaped. Got the 2-tone leather, the nice airbag cover with the leather and stitching. And then hopping inside, let's fire it up. And you're gonna notice all these fancy screens. So for the steering wheel, once again, just gives you a really unique style to it. These are kind of floating too. So these buttons are kind of like touch sensitive, and they're gonna pop up on this upper screen. So as you can see, that square pops up, and that is my finger moving around, and it kind of just goes around. When you click something, it changes up on the screen now. You can hit all these icons, make your adjustments. So pretty cool the way that's designed. This over here will be for volume, and you can see that popping up for track and things like that. We do have some more of this leather material, the wood trim, your air vents, safety sensor throughout the center. We have stock on the right for windshield wipers, turn signals over on the left. Headlight controls are all down below. And then you can see our fuel over here with your speedometer. We have a few more things that are gonna pop up throughout these screens, as you can tell. And then I like how the door panels are kind of lit up in conjunction. So it all kind of wraps around from door to door, which is really unique. And then over on this screen, this is a little bit more traditional looking. We have our home menu, different controls. We have the apps icon as well, you can configure. And then for this menu, you can basically hold things and swipe them up here, and it will configure what you're gonna have on the upper screen. So if you wanna see your weather, you can just do that, swipe it, and we now have that up on the screen as well. So really cool to see for sure. And then from here, we do have all the climate control integrated down below. We have our temperature, heated and ventilated seats with a heated steering wheel, fan speed, a few more controls. And then if I go into reverse, you're gonna get that backup camera popping up above, along with parking sensors right here. You can tap these icons as well, give you kind of a close-up, exiting out of that one, going here, you can see how the upper screen will change. So definitely really cool just the way everything is laid out. We have a few more controls you can configure, kind of mix and match, and then we have our park button as well. You're gonna see some more of this nice white leather material all throughout it. I love the wood trim. We have auto start stop, a few more controls throughout it. We have our drive modes you can adjust, so that will pop up, and then you can configure everything, just kind of swipe and see all the different views. We have our volume icon, which looks really nice with that crystal design, and then a cover that will make everything nice and hidden. We have wireless charging, tons of storage, USB ports, and then under here we have a nice amount of space as well. Glove box on the far right side, as you would expect. And then one last look at this interior. This is really cool, honestly. Definitely stands out, very different from other vehicles. Nicely laid out. Got the nice micro suede material. There's buttons for the garage door, sunglass holder, dome lights, and a nice frameless mirror. All right, so setting off now in the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus Black Label. First time ever being in one of these. This is really cool to start off. The screen is actually pretty neat. I really don't mind it. You can easily mix and match stuff. It's not really difficult to do while driving, and it does give you kind of a heads-up display feeling, which is a pretty cool touch. So right now I'm just in the conserve drive mode, so kind of eco mode basically. Slowly getting up to speed. The steering wheel does take a little bit getting used to because it's kind of like a yoke where you really feel like you're just grabbing the sides of it. A little interesting grabbing the tops or bottom, but it's pretty cool. You know, it just gives you kind of a fancy feeling. Ride quality is really good. I didn't quite expect that. You know, I didn't know if this was just going to be a dressed up Ford, or, you know, is Lincoln making vehicles that are truly luxurious? Do they have the real aspects of what a luxury vehicle is going to have? Which to me, it's ride quality. Ride quality is everything, especially if you're dropping almost $80,000 on a crossover. This is so quiet. As you can tell, it is very smooth. The ride quality is exceptional. These seats are also super comfortable, especially with all the funky maneuverability, you know, the leg rest and everything. That is just a really cool touch. But this is a great place to be. You have a really good view out of the windshield, and it's kind of neat how the screen is basically right at the windshield, so it feels like just a really good view out the front. The side mirrors do feel a little small, I would say. Over your left and right shoulder though, really can't complain. Very easy to see all around, and you just don't hear anything. It is ultra quiet. slowly going around these turns. I mean, the steering weight is a little interesting, but it's kind of like smooth feeling. It feels really nice to steer this car, and it just feels luxurious. I am thoroughly impressed with the ride quality. And one thing that really impresses me is the fact that while this is only a 4-cylinder, which when you get into 4 cylinders, you know, sometimes you kind of cheapen the car's feeling because it just feels cheap. This doesn't have that. Slowly giving it some throttle, you don't really hear the engine. It's a more deep, quiet tone rather than a winded out 4-cylinder, which is definitely something you don't want when you're spending this kind of money. So let's go to Excite, which is basically the sport mode in this. Do a little acceleration as we turn around. But yeah, the steering has a cool feel to it. It just feels unique. It gives you something special. And you can see how funny the steering wheel looks as you turn around, just given it is that oval shape. I also like how this isn't that big of a vehicle, so it's easy to place and easy to pinpoint, and just kind of makes this a pretty easy to maneuver vehicle. And this interior just is a pleasant place to be. So getting up to speed with the 8-speed and all-wheel drive. I mean, it's not bad. That was just half throttle up to 50, not stressing anything, and it just works really well. And then using the cruise control and everything, you're gonna see how it pops up on the screen as we set it. Of course, we can adjust all of the different guidelines and everything. So I think overall it works pretty good. The cruise control seems to do well. Obviously I'm not on the highway, but the lane keeping works, the forward pacing and everything works pretty well. And you really do have what you need to see on the upper screens. And I like how you can still go into just the normal stuff if this, you know, might be intimidating in the beginning. But I think overall that does give you a pretty cool design. And then giving a little bit more power around the turns and everything. You know, you don't really get any weird torque steer or anything like that. And you know, being all-wheel drive, it carries the weight well. If you go for the hybrid, you are going to get a CVT, so I would be very curious if that would feel a little cheap. I like the 8-speed in this, and I like the power delivery. The hybrid will give you more power, however, but I don't really feel like I crave any more power out of this. It seems well balanced and kind of just does everything I'd like it to do in comfort. You know, once again, the biggest thing with a car like this is it comfortable? Does it ride good? Does the touch points match the price point? Everything in here feels nice. It looks nice. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed, especially with like the little chrome trim that you see on everything. It makes this stand down feel a bit more special than you would expect. So from a driver's point of view, this is a nice place to be. I can get the seat into a perfect position. Armrests are great, and I just fit really nice and comfortable in this Lincoln Nautilus.